Hi, Jenny here with a summary for Death Talk question number 3. And our question was, what makes you anxious about your own death? And this actually ended up getting flipped around by the participants, and people focused on why they were not anxious about their own death. And so with that conversation, we saw 4 themes emerge, and I'm going to go over each one of those themes. The first one had to do with exposure to death. People who had helped a loved one or someone that they knew through the dying process, they developed a familiarity and they weren't afraid to go through the process themselves. The second theme had to do with near-death experiences, and people who have had either exposure to them or read about them, they believe, well, it doesn't sound like it's that bad. It sounds like there's something kind of nice waiting on the other side, and it creates a level of ease. And there's some comfort about the death process for them. Now, the third theme had to do with people who had close calls with death, either once or repeatedly, and they developed a level of familiarity with death, and it became sort of a normal part of life. There was more of an acceptance that death was going to happen one day. And then the fourth and final theme had to do with faith. Faith that when we die, there's something within us that continues to live, and that part of us departs and goes into another realm. We can call that heaven and be with God, or we can call it consciousness that goes into a greater collective, or we can call it whatever we want. But there's part of us that lives and it continues on. So those were the 4 themes that came out of this week's conversation. Let's keep the conversation going with question number 4, and it has to do with the dying process. So look forward to seeing what you have to say about this week's question. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.